Hey, Pink Elite family, Coach Steve here. Today we're going to walk through the basic fundamentals of shooting. Most of you already, when you guys walk into the gym, the first thing you should be working on, and we do this every day in practice, but is 5 shots on the left side, 5 shots on the middle, and then 5 shots on the right. We're going to review the proper mechanics to shooting, just as a refresher. And I want you to work on this before each one of the drills on a daily basis, okay? You could actually do this outside with a hoop, or you can actually do it inside without a hoop. So it's very important that we work on the mechanics. The first thing that I want you guys to do is to find a chair. It can be any old chair at home, okay? Any chair will work. What I want you to do is take your right foot, put it in front of your left foot just a little bit, shoulder width apart. You don't want to be too wide, shoulder width apart, so right here is good. Right foot from your left foot. If you're left-handed, it's the opposite of what I just said. Your left foot's gonna be in front of your right foot. Then when you bend, I want you to bend at the hips. So take your fingers here, or at your hips, and you wanna go back. So push yourself back and have a seat, okay? Now I'm pretty tall, so I'm sitting down pretty good, but then once you have a seat, what I want you to do with your ball is I want you to come about 2 to 3 inches above that chair. So you're gonna be about right here, okay? And if you notice, when I bend, my right knee and my left knee are right where the toe or the tongue of my shoes. So we see a lot of players in practice in the games, when they bend, their knees actually go forward. We wanna go back and behind, okay? So when I come back down here, I'm gonna bend, and then I'm gonna come back up, okay? And that right there is the proper of how you should stand. Now, if you notice, my back is you want to be straight. So the next thing that we see after you properly bend, we see a lot of players like this where they're kind of hunched over. So you want to have your chest up, back straight, and just like that, okay? So there again, come down, then come back up, okay? So that's your proper footwork. The next phase, what we're going to work on is the alignment of what your elbow and your knee and your right foot should be at. So if I'm here and I'm down in my stance, you want your right elbow to be with your right knee to your right shoe, okay? So if my right elbow is out, the ball's just gonna drop, right? But if my right elbow is in, it should be able to rest just like that, okay? The last step that we wanna work on today is, so when you bend your wrist, okay? If you bend your wrist, you can be able to see the wrinkles in your wrist. We see a lot of players as they shoot, what they commonly do is they're pushing the ball instead of shooting it. So they're taking the ball like this and they're pushing it forward because of a strength issue. So you want to get the most out of your shot with your leverage. So you want to make sure you have your wrinkles in your wrist and the ball back here securely in place. And so as you release, your wrist is going to be pointed at the basket, and then you're going to follow through to the target, okay? So we're going to review it one more time. So remember, get by your chair, ball in the right position. You're going to come down, come up. Okay, and that's good shooting form. We use a terminology in Pink Elite called the shooting pocket. So your shooting pocket should be just like this. And like I said earlier, the ball should be able to rest just like that. Okay. Now the last step, you may have guessed it, is follow through. Okay. And so we want to have a nice release on the ball. So when you're holding the basketball, pretend like you have an egg in your hand. Your hand should not be too tight. It's got to be very fluid. You watch the great shooters in basketball, they all have a really nice release. So come down to your chair, right elbow, right knee, come back up, look at the basket here, okay? And what you want to do is you go up, release, back again, up here, release, just like that, okay? So the drill before practice, you're going to work on all that for this week, is you want to shoot 5 here, 5 here, and 5 here, and try to make all those. And so whenever you walk into the basketball court, that's what you want to work on. So that's the tip for this week. Thank you.
Okay, we're going to be starting our spot up shooting. Coach Steve just warmed us up with our warm-up activities we're going to do right near the basket. So you're focusing on that same form now as you go through your spot up shooting. As we did all last week, you're going to be taking 10 attempts from each spot. But right now we're just going to demo a couple spots as we go through this. Working on catching with our footwork, ready to shoot, catching low, extending up, making sure that our weight is properly distributed, coming down in the same spot, and focusing on our catch with the palm facing up towards the sky, and finishing by holding our follow through. Okay, making sure that we are finishing with a extended hold on that follow through as well. So once you shoot 10 from each of the spots, baseline, wing, top of the key, wing, baseline, then you're gonna go back around.